Good morning, guys. I mean, it's always so wonderful to be here at the all-staff meeting. Uh, every year it seems like it takes on, well, even though this is just our second year, it just gets better and better. It seems like the Oscars now, so we'll try to keep that spirit going. I mean, in this event, it gives us an opportunity to all really come together for a fresh start and also look back at what we've done and contemplate and aim for where we plan to go in the new year. Now let me say a very special welcome to everyone who is attending their very first all-staff meeting, and hope that this will be the beginning of many with DMS. And to those of you who have been to an all-staff meeting before, I want to thank you again for your ongoing commitment and loyalty to DMS. Now, over the past few weeks, you would have received a series of emails teasing out the theme for this all-staff meeting. And it's all about courage. And you may ask, what does courage have to do with us as a firm? How does courage impact our everyday roles? Now, these are important questions, to be sure. And I'm sure there are many different answers. But let's put consensus aside. I'd like to get your take on courage. How do you define it? What does it mean to you? So I want to hear that answer. You all know at DMS, we're about innovation. And I have a bad reputation for my passion for technology. Rich will probably say it's an obsession. And Neil, of course, will say I'm not obsessed enough. But I'm going to ask you to participate in a quick survey using the poll app that you all would have installed on your phones. And this is probably the first opportunity you'll have to use your phone in a theater, especially the Hartwell Theater. So okay, I want you to get your phones out and get ready to participate in this survey. Peter Stafford, if you can't find your phone, it's in my office as usual. All right. So now we'll put the questions on the screen. Which of these choices best represent courage to you? I'll give you a few minutes or seconds to hit A, B, C, or D. Okay, so let's move on while your responses are being calculated. Now, courage is a word that can be tossed around loosely these days. The advertising world loves it. Leading companies like Nike and Toyota, they all talk about the theme of courage, and they use striking images of courage and courageous moments to great effect in their advertising. Now, Nelson Mandela, the world's freedom fighter, this is what he has to say about courage. He says, I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Or consider this from Winston Churchill. one of my personal favorites, and I thank you so much for that book many years ago, quotes from Winston Churchill. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. In other words, courage is knowing when to lead, when to engage, when to make your move, and when to follow the lead of others. In 2015, we're focusing on courage, what I like to call creative courage. Having the courage to innovate, courage to excite, the courage to deliver, the courage to work smart, the courage to succeed, to lead, to give back. We also need to have the courage to take risks, to have those tough conversations with our direct reports, with our colleagues, with our bosses, with our clients, if necessary. At DMS, we don't hide, we strive. Now, we've spent some time over the past year drilling down into our culture and defining who we are. And we've heard from many of you that courageous qualities are integral to the DMS brand. So I ask again, what does courage mean to you? What does it mean to all of us at DMS? We may have an answer from the poll. Do we have the results yet? Wow. It's really powerful. It's good. But you know what it also shows? It also shows that courage means different things to different people. Courage, it depends on you. It could depend on your situation. For me, my own personal story, it's changed at many times during my life. I can think, sometimes courage can be simple. Sometimes it can be complex. It could be as simple, what may seem simple to some people, but wasn't to me, could be as simple as trying to learn how to swim when you're 20-something years old. I won't say much more than that. It could be, what was even more complex for me was learning how to speak. For many years, I couldn't speak. I was in university. I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak over the phone. I'm in university. I'm in speech therapy, learning to speak over the phone. Can you imagine? A hedge fund director who can't speak on the phone. That's just crazy, right? It's just crazy. But that was my life. Right? So you couldn't speak. You had to learn to do other things. So I learned to write. That's how I communicated, because I didn't know how to speak. So courage for you, it's going to be your own personal story, how it impacts you. So there's no one definition of courage. But what we do know is that courage is that special quality that pushes you to innovate, to take risks, to challenge the status quo, and to effect change. It also gets you through difficult and often challenging times when you truly believe, you truly, truly believe that you may not be able to take just that one more step. In other words, it's about taking imperfect conditions, making the most of them, rising above all obstacles of fear and negativity, and succeeding against all odds. Now, last year at this time, I issued a challenge for all of us to get back on track of reining in our costs and focusing on our profitability. And I truly want to recognize your efforts and applaud your success. Throughout 2014, we made tough decisions in order to meet this goal. And I am acutely aware it wasn't easy. We endured difficult times and weathered some intensely challenging, sometimes perplexing, sometimes even exciting conditions. That said, I would venture to suggest that as a group, we've learned a lot about ourselves. And those moments are invaluable. We've learned that DMS is filled with amazingly courageous and committed people. And that's each and every one of us. Our workforce proved to ourselves, to each other, to the market, that we could do more with less. And not only thrive, but outdo ourselves and build networks and workflows and businesses and innovative plans to succeed in 2015. We pulled together. We went the extra mile. We contributed to our original goals of cost efficiency and profitability at all costs. And that pun is very much intended. For that, I want to sincerely thank you. Your combined individual efforts and the group effort has not gone unnoticed. Today, we know more about where we stand as a firm in the local landscape and all around the world. We have a deeper insight into what our competitors are saying about us, or what they're claiming about us. And more importantly, we have an understanding of what they're doing about us. We've learned even more about how to innovate and how to respond to market conditions and to our competitors. And because of that, we now know even more than before that we can never stand still. We're more determined to be more dynamic and more flexible and better prepared for each and every opportunity in 2015 and beyond. Our insights and our responses have enabled us to write many successful stories in 2014. And I think I heard Rich say in the video, we've gone from number 5 to number 2 in Saxon. And surely, with your help, we're going to do it number 1. We're going to make it number 1. But there have been a lot of great stories, And I'd just like to run through some of them. And I know I won't be able to capture them all here, and I apologize if I do miss anyone, but let me take you through some of the highlights of 2014 based on the dedicated efforts of all of you. Now, overall, we did a better job of prioritizing the most important aspects of our business units and focusing attention on those areas. This has helped us to create a more leaner, more efficient, and more responsive DMS, which is a great platform for us going into 2015. In OIS in particular, we've earned consistent and significant media attention. You know, we've done a great job there in repositioning our brand and positioning ourselves as the institutional quality player in this space. As you may know, some of the PR of earlier years tried to position us in a different way. But in 2014, we've made great strides in repositioning ourselves and defining ourselves in terms of who we are. This has provided a whole new level of exposure for our people and for our products and services. We've received international recognition. First time, it's very significant, as the best offshore regulatory advisory firm, with a similar award for our US operations. We led the way with our insights and services in international tax compliance. And with our European outreach and products, we've partnered with strategic service providers and onboarded some very important clients who will provide a strong platform on which we can grow this business in the years and months ahead. And as Dr. Evil would say, our European platform is on track to have $1 billion in assets under management. Yeah, I had to get the Dr. Evil in. I think it's so funny. Yeah, but we're on track to have $1 billion in assets under management on our platform in Europe. And we have many additional risk management clients from all over the world who are taking advantage of our market-leading infrastructure. We've launched a new service in structured finance, and we're already gaining traction in this area of the market. And at the very least, we've caught the attention of our competitors, and we have gained the support of some valuable partners in this space. In insurance, we took some new and important steps in the local insurance market by providing our technology platform to better serve the needs of our clients at Saxon. Indeed, Saxon has realized significant growth in its auto and contents insurance portfolio. It's launched collision insurance as an added product line. And even further, Saxon has received now regulatory approval to provide D&O insurance to the financial services market, enhancing many of the services that we offer. Talking about innovation, Saxon also took a market-leading role in 2014 with the introduction of its web-based pension management portal, which makes pension enrollment a more efficient and seamless process online. Like Shirley said, you can now do it at 10 o'clock at night in your bed. Well, Shirley, I guess we'll stop there. I could do a lot with that, but I could ask a lot of questions about that, Shirley, but I'll stop there. Pensions also increased its profits by increasing its investor numbers, by maximizing efficiencies, and without adding any overheads in 2014. It's very significant. They've truly proved that you can do more with less. And it's poised to substantially broaden its revenue lines in 2015. Our international efforts grew by leaps and bounds in 2014, with qualitative and quantitative gains in all of our markets. We continue to expand in Dublin and in New York with proven business development professionals who are eager to make their mark on DMS and our clients. And with our 2014 newcomers in London and Luxembourg, our business development efforts in Europe have expanded threefold. Our DMS Summit in Brazil was our most successful ever. And in Asia, we brought on a new manager to work with our business development efforts in that region, particularly in China, which by some measures is now the world's largest market, and we're very well positioned there. Broadcasting. Richie mentioned about the courage we showed as an organization in the face of Hurricane Ivan, when many people thought possibly the Cayman Islands might not even survive, we mightn't even be here. A few months after that, we made the courageous decision to actually launch DMS Broadcasting. And with the type of year that they had, it proves that that was a very courageous and the right decision, because broadcasting has enjoyed tremendous growth, with recent results tracking some 28% above their projections. This may truly be their best year yet. The team there is very energized, very excited about the possibilities in the coming year. I truly congratulate them on an exceptional performance and their amazing efforts. Last year saw the launch of Bright Ideas, our advertising agency that has been providing creative solutions to non-DMS clients, which they have worked very, very hard to attract. The indications are very good for this unit, with positive cash flows in the first 6 months of operation. And I hope Nicole and her team, will continue to make a big impact this year. They're off to a terrific start. At DMS Properties, I saw Mr. Thompson, my buddy Eddie in the video. We've been gaining ground with our professional service line, including architectural services. We know Eddie does a brilliant job, and his talent is well known. They launched that during the year, and I know that Eddie and his team there, they're well poised to add even more clients onto their portfolio. Now, technology has always been a strong underpinning of who we are as an organization for all our business lines, and one of our key differentiators. We continue to invest in technology, and the team has been fully immersed in several exciting projects that will come on stream this year that we truly believe will be transformative to our business. Our risk management solutions platform is up and running and will be an important part of our AIFMD sales effort in 2015. It's one of the key differentiating factors that we have compared to our competitors, And it's something that we actually built from scratch using our in-house talent and the brilliant technology team that we have. And it's making a big impact in the market. So yes, we did a hell of a lot in 2014, and we achieved even more. So what does this mean to all of you going forward? Where will you find your creative courage? What does your personal brand of courage even look like? Well, whatever it is, wherever it leads you, I want you to know this. DMS is here to collaborate with you. I am here to team up with you so that we all together we can work to take it to the next level. And I make one request of all of you. I challenge you to find the courage to be a leader. A leader doesn't have to have a title. In fact, having a title and calling yourself a leader, that doesn't make you a leader. You're not a leader if nobody wants to follow you. Anyone can be a leader. You can be an informal leader. You can be a peer leader. Opportunities to lead arise every day. I urge you to recognize them and show the courage to seize them in 2015. So how do we go forward in 2015? How do we apply the lessons of our missteps? How do we build on the successes that we enjoyed in 2014? How can we, as DMS, be bolder and more enterprising? None of us can determine that with any certainty. And looking at our various industries and at the global economy, even the experts are predicting only marginally better conditions than in 2014. As they say, the good times are not guaranteed. And as such, we cannot look for external guarantees. We have to define our own measures of success. And we do this by encouraging a new spirit of courage and exercising the same commitment and hard work that enable us to thrive in 2014. First, we build on our breakthroughs. We can be proud in 2014 that we made important steps forward with many of our service lines. Both the more established ones and those that we work hard to launch during the year. Got great market attention from clients in these areas where it matters most. But we cannot rest on our laurels. Second, we recommit ourselves to our culture and building DMS, building the DMS brand. I think we are agreed that our culture has been defined by the courage to innovate, to learn, and to succeed. But these must be more than just words. These must be our attitude in 2015. And third, we make ourselves future ready. By future, I don't mean some far off, undefined time. Our future is now, the fierce urgency of now. This means that we continue to innovate, to deliver the best client service possible, and to stay ahead of our competitors. Only by being better at what we do every day can we truly ensure that our tomorrow will be bright, secure, and guaranteed, because we guarantee it. Thank you for all your efforts in 2014. Thank you for signing on to Courageous Pursuits in 2015. Let's all work hand in hand for success for each of us, for our colleagues, and for all of our companies. Thank you again so much. I'm so proud to be part of this team.